to Let's Play Gran Turismo 2, episode 101. Alright, we are now returning, of course, to Nissan to officially get on with our fourth event, which is the Micra trophy. And officially overall, I know precisely which car it is that I'm wanting to get into. So, you may remember, of course, that before I did the Sylvia and 200 SX club, obviously you may remember that I purchased myself some Nissans. And of course, officially, I'm now going to get in to this one that I purchased from the used car lot at Nissan, the Micra Super Turbo. And you may also remember that obviously I purchased these before I got myself into the continual torture, or at least I thought it was continual torture, that was the Sylvia and 200SX club. Especially considering how much money I had to spend just so I could win. Or have enough power to win, compared of course to the AI. But anyways, we are now doing the tuning for our fourth and penultimate event at Nissan, which is... Is this thing an NA? Oh, must be a turbo. And look... Oh, okay, it doesn't come automatically with it. Yes, it is a turbo. Okay. That's all I needed to know. So anyways... It is now time for our fourth and penultimate event at Nissan, which is the Micra Trophy. So 3 grand if we can win the first race, and 5 grand if we can win the second race. And obviously, because I dare to be different, obviously, I chose the older Micra. Or, if you are playing the American version, it is the Nissan March. And just for confirmation, yep, I do have it in analog mode. And so we shall now head over to our road race, and where hopefully we can keep the clean sweeps going. Especially considering this is very much a Micra from the 80s. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I just remembered. This is the Micra Super Turbo, so... Yeah, I was more or less expecting this to be a turbo, because it says turbo in the title. And oddly enough, the older Micras are actually beating the newer Micras at the moment. Especially considering we are the Micras that have fog lights on. And we're currently side by side down the hill, or up the hill I should say. And I have the inside line shifting early, and already that has put me up into the lead here at Rome Night. Which, coincidentally enough, in my honest opinion, is actually a good choice. Considering I haven't officially raced on this course that many times. Although obviously, I do remember struggling on this course in arcade mode. The course is also in the Super license as well. With the DTM powered 155. Even though obviously that one effectively has the BTCC livery and not the DTM livery, and I am running white. Only for being an insufficient dumbass. And also trying to see if I can cut to the inside, and just about I have got to the inside line. I had to be a little bit aggressive there, but I got to the inside, and now I am leading once again. And I am only hoping that whatever these fucking AI do, I am personally hoping they do not dive bomb me right at the last moment. Also, furthermore, final lap. Considering there are only 2 laps for pretty much all of these one-make events, but I chose the older Micra because I wanted to be classical and do my usual tactics. And oh, I think I carried a little bit too much speed through there, but somehow that did not go as terrible as I thought it was going to go. I thought for sure that was going to be a mistake, but oddly enough, it was not a crucial mistake. As I am fighting hard with these AI, and they of course will pretty much do the same thing to me. So, gotta cover the inside line just so they don't get around me, and a little bit of contact there with the wall, but still able to hold on to the lead regardless. And this time managing to avoid the wall compared of course to the previous lap. And just one hairpin left, and then victory should be mine if I can cover the inside. And covering the inside is precisely what I shall undoubtedly do. A little bit slow off the exit, but I might just be able to get this one, and getting closer, but it won't be enough. My white Micra Super Turbo has emerged victorious over the 97 Micra. Also, furthermore, there was only one Micra SR in this field, whereas all the others were Super Turbos. So I beat the 97 Micra by over half a second, and also the gap from first to sixth in the end, just less than 1.1 seconds. So anyways, that was our first race, and I kind of have a feeling I should probably save this one. You know what? Yeah, I am going to save this one. Just because I dare to be different. Also, because effectively, I have a feeling I'll probably get a better shot of my Micra on the Rome Night course than I will on the fucking racing modded event, whatever that circuit will be. But anyways, our first race is done, and now we need to do the tuning for the racing mod. Just gonna put on the stage 1 turbo, no doubt in saying I will obviously need that. And of course, I'm also going to put on all 3 stages of weight reduction. Now we can put on the race car mod. And unfortunately, as I figured before I started this event, I knew this would basically be the only racing mod I would receive, so yeah, there is that. Also, as for the rims, well, I'm not going to change those, I'm going to keep those on, because I actually like those rims. And also, just for a little bit more handling through the corners, I shall put on the sport tyres, because I may need those. And so, once again, it is now time for the racing modded event. And I hope, by God, I do not have to race at Seattle. Ah, for fuck's sake. We're going to Seattle again. Well, at least I had a good reason to save my Rome Night replay. But, as long as I know it's not Seattle reverse, then I will not be depressed. Considering obviously I'm already feeling deprived over how many times I've had to race Seattle. And, well, at least it's not the reverse course. But still, in my honest opinion, I think it's literally a curse on how many times I've had to race in Seattle in this game. It just literally feels like a fucking curse. And suddenly, everyone like they did in the previous race are pretty much driving the Micra Super Turbo for this race. As I may have figured that was going to be the case. But anyways. Also, furthermore, these jumps don't actually feel as high on this course when you're driving slower cars. Probably because all of us are driving hatchbacks, but anyways. Also, furthermore, I'm fairly certain that sound I can hear in my ears probably has to be the turbo. At least the background noise compared, of course, to what the engine sounds like, but anyways. Through the final chicane we go, as I am very much on course to an easy dub. Even though obviously it doesn't really help my moods that much, considering I literally have to race at Seattle again. And I can feel things coming on. Yeah, just had to do that so I could hold in my sneeze. Okay, I think it's gone now. Anyways. I am still holding on to the lead. This could very well be victory. If I am fortunate. And so through sheer will and determination of knowing, of course, if I was going to pull this off, it looks like as long as I can keep everything together, that respectively it is going to be another W, and indeed it is. So won by half a second in the end, and also furthermore, yay! Every Micra Super Turbo finished on the podium, as the 97 Micra eventually finished 5th. So won by just over half a second in the end of that race here at Seattle, and the gap from 1st to 6th in the end, just less than 1.35 seconds. But anyways, I did of course make the correct decision to save the Rome Night replay, because obviously if I didn't do that then I would probably be deprived. But I did, because I had a feeling it might be on one of the courses that I've raced at least more than twice. And just for confirmation, you can see obviously my replay is right there. And I'm certainly not saving this one, because most of these AI drove the same car as me, and furthermore as well as that, I hate Seattle. At least in terms of how many times I've had to race at it. But anyways, the Micra trophy is now complete. And so we now have one event left, and that is the GTR meeting. 4 events down at Nissan, and 1 remains, which is the GTR meeting. So in terms of our progress now, we are just about 89.5% complete, and my win ratio is starting to increase once again, because effectively since the Sylvia and 200SX club, my win ratio has started to climb back up again, which is nice. But anyways, that was the Micra trophy. Next up will officially be our final event at Nissan, which is the GTR meeting. And so with that, stay tuned for more GT2.